Hey folks, how's it going? Alright, I'm going to do a video that probably will not be for everybody because we are all in different paths, we're all in different levels, we're all in, I don't know how to explain it really, but either you take it or you leave it, and then that's fine. But I want to talk about the Galactic Federation. And I'm hoping that it won't get pulled just because I said those two words. So when mentioning that in the future of this broadcast, I will kind of use a different word to describe that. So bear with me. I want to tell you about these wonderful things that I've been learning lately that I know I have to share because that's what I'm supposed to do. I just know it anyway. So just as I knew I was supposed to share the power of now, I'm supposed to share these things with you. So there's a couple people out here I'd love for you to, excuse me, to sub or to check out or listen to and just see how it resonates with you. One is Laura Eisenhower. Just look her up. She is a great-great-granddaughter of the President Eisenhower back in the day. And the other one is Elena Danaan, D-A-N-A-A-N, Elena. These two women are incredible. I've only recently met Elena through the videos. She did a really 2-hour long video with Laura, and it was just mind-blowing. Absolutely. But I understand everything that she's talking about, and hopefully you will as well, because these things are now coming out and coming to the surface, and we are hearing about them. So we no longer can really ignore it. I mean, you can if you want to. You can say, yeah, right, you're crazy. Who's this idiot out here talking about this sort of stuff? And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. The only ones that should really be hearing it are the ones that it resonates with and the ones that are supposed to hear it, just as I said with the power of now. If you were meant to hear about it and learn about it, then you have and you will. So let me start with back in 1954, when Eisenhower was president. Apparently, all right, let me try to start this again. Underground live, and actually, yes, they do live, reptilian beings and little gray beings and probably a few other races that are not all our friends at all. Not to say that there's some good reptilians and some good grays. Apparently there are. But as a whole, they're not really our friends. And they're the ones that control everything right now with the higher-ups. So, with that being said, and they are all living among us, hopefully some of you have heard about some of this anyway. But just as there's bad ones, there's also good ones, Pleiadians, that are here to help us. And there's 10 planets that surround the Pleiades star system. I'm not going to go into them all, but it's extremely, extremely interesting. And they're a very young solar system, or planets, whatever shall I say, compared to the Orion that I used to think was great, but actually the Orion stars are where the not so nice friends come from. Alright, so I won't call them friends, but it's actually very evil. The Orion star system is where the evil comes from. The Anunnaki, the reptilians, the tall grays, the small grays, and believe it or not, there's literally 110 different races that are here on Earth. The species of the Galactic Federation, and I'm going to butcher these names, but I'm going to try, are Ahil, Yamit, Mentan, Walfa, Centran, Apraxenea, Series B, Tula, Marina, and Morga. And truly, I have butchered those names. This is all from Elena, and you should listen to her stuff because it's absolutely incredible. But these are all humanoids, and these are all people that are watching over us in the Galactic Federation, and they are all good beings. So that's pretty cool. Now, Elena herself has got one heck of a story to tell. And she was abducted when she was 9 years old. And I won't go into the whole thing, but she was actually rescued. It's an amazing story. Absolutely amazing story. And she was rescued by Pleiades person, who is now her protector, called Thorhan. And I know, you're like, right, Tanis, click, but come on, just hear me out. Her story is absolutely fascinating, and I believe it, 100% I believe it. So it's worth listening to the 2-hour long thing with Laura Eisenhower. They just did that last week or something. But so she can connect with Thorhan via this implant that the bad guys put in her head when she was 9 years old. But as the good guys came in and rescued her, I mean, I swear it is like a movie, because anything you've ever seen or heard about Star Trek or any of those is real. I mean, it's absolutely real. So just kind of picture all that. So, they did experiments on her and stuff, and I'll just tell you really quickly, the small grays were doing that, who are, what did she call them? They're not humanoids. They're, sorry, I can't, synthetic beings. Perhaps that's what it is, synthetic beings. They can't eat or smell or hear or anything like that, but they are the ones that do the experiments. And all of a sudden a taller gray came in and said, hurry up with her, when she was 9 years old, lying on this table, freezing cold. They had these things around her wrist that somehow put something into her body where she was kind of numb, but she could feel the pain. So anyway, so he came in, rushing in, saying, hurry up with her, hurry up. And they had put this thing into her brain, literally into her brain, and did all kinds of experiments on her. And here comes, the door blasts open, and here comes 2 big men, or whatever she said, in astronaut gear, helmet, the whole thing, and literally used laser rays and killed the grays and the big guy. I believe that's how the story goes. And then he came and undid these things on her and picked her up and literally rescued her. Took her back to their ship, yes, and saved her. I think either after they were there or when they first rescued her, they were able to manipulate this thing in her brain to take off their negativity, which is what it was going to be used for in her, so they could track her and have her be their drone, basically, and do what they wanted her to do. Well, he was able to counteract whatever this is, and again, it's like sci-fi. I mean, it truly is like science fiction, but it's all true. All true. And it's very, very interesting to me, anyway. So now she is able to connect with Thorhan, and there was many, many years when she didn't. Again, you need to go and hear her story. I don't really want to tell her whole story in case I get it wrong, but I'll try to summarize. After 30 years, she was some sort of she did work in Egypt, okay, of all places. She's French, and a very, very heavy French accent, but she's a very beautiful one, and very, you can tell that she's just a really good soul, as is Laura Eisenhower, and you can learn from them. So she said about 2 years ago she was contacted by them, and all the Pleiadians, all the folks on the Galactic spaceship, if you will, which is in our solar system, and it's cloaked. It's been up there forever. So it's, it's very true. It's very, very true. They contacted her and asked her to come aboard again, and she was able to. Now, the first time when she was 9 years old, she remembers being taken up in a beam of light, like they show in the movies or what have you. But this time, she was able to actually dematerialize and materialize up in the ship. Swear to God, just like they do in Star Trek. Swear to God. And I've heard about people doing this before, but I never actually spoke to anyone or listened to anybody that actually really did. But that's what she did. And they told her they were extremely excited. This was in 2018. That good things are coming to our planet, that all we have to do is hold on, and really good things are coming to our planet. And she wasn't quite sure what they were talking about, but knowing that there was an election coming up, she didn't think too much about our current president, and she said, "Oh no, I hope it won't be," and they kind of looked at her like, "Oh no, my dear, it is going to be him, and he's a wonderful man, and he's here to save the planet and help humanity." So take it or leave it. Once again, I 100% believe this. The things that President Trump has been doing for us are uncanny, incredible. As I said, Nassar is coming. He's helping us. He's going to relieve our debt. It's amazing stuff. So anyway, so she came back with this message. And she was pretty excited as well. She can channel Thorhan, and does so apparently each Thursday on her show. Now I heard the last one last Thursday, and I listened to one she had done the following week, or the week before, and it was so interesting, and I believe it. I mean, again, you can just call me an idiot and hang up, or unsub me and whatever you want to do, but if any of this resonates with you, please know that it's meant to. As I said, there's all these races here on the planet, and I tried to name them, even though, again, I butchered the names, but they're all very, very hard for me to pronounce. But when they come here with a mission, of course, and they do look like us. It does take them a while to acclimate to our planet, as the radiation and stuff like that they have to get used to. But then they don't just come for a few days or a few minutes, they come for years. So, let me go back to the other part now. Back in 1954, when President Eisenhower was president, the good race was here, and they were talking to all the presidents of the world, not just ours at the time, and they were saying, you all have free will. You all can choose what to do whenever you want to do it. We cannot intervene with that. But if you ask us for assistance, and you ask in the right way, we will assist you. And President Eisenhower was a wonderful, wonderful man. Now, they really made him out to be a fool and the one that's, ruined the planet and everything like that, but this is not true. And Laura finally got some validation after speaking with Elena about this, because she believes that she came here to not only enlighten everybody, but to clear her great-great-grandfather's name, because he didn't do wrong. It was a Majestic 12 that did wrong. So these good aliens, the Palladians, said, if you like some assistance, we will help you, or if you don't, then you choose to go down this dark path. So it's just like, the light or the dark, the light or the dark. Well, he was very excited, and he just valued children very, very much. And he knew, once again, I don't know if you believe this or not, it doesn't matter, but the reptilians do eat humans. Yes, they do. And that's why over, hundreds of thousands of children and people go missing every single year. But that's also what President Trump has done since early spring, is rescuing all these children and people that were in underground tunnels. And yes, that is 100% true. They've been abused. Just horrendous things has happened to them. Horrendous. Let alone the harvesting that they do on their organs. Anyway, so the Palladians knew that he was a good person, he was a good soul, and he wanted to do the right thing for humanity and the planet. And he was ready to sign. You only get one chance. They said you only get one chance to sign on this line and go the right path. And he was all ready to do it when the next day it was to happen, all of a sudden it had already been done. So these Majestic 12, I don't know exactly who they were, but we all know that they're people that control everything. They signed the treaty with the bad guys, if you will. Hence the dark path we've been on since 1954. And we have been. They've been controlling us and using us and whatever you want to call it for all those years. So, so now we're in a different time. Things are happening. It's a great awakening. People are waking up. People are evolving. We need about 100 million people to actually wake up, raise their consciousness, and, try to awaken other souls to raise their consciousness, to stay present, to live in the moment, to rise up to a higher level. Because if you live in fear and you're kept down, then you cannot evolve. You will stay a slave, and you don't want to do that. So there's a couple big people on this planet, and of course he wouldn't go into the names, and I won't either, but that have actually asked for assistance. And I think you've heard about this actually in the news recently. Some gentleman in Israel said that there were people here to help us, Galactic Federation was here to help us, and they will. Now, they won't kill the darkness, the dark people, the dark souls that are here and that have done such harm, but they will remove them from our planet. They will, absolutely 100%. And so we know that someone that is helping us a lot has also asked for assistance. So we're very lucky to have him. It's President Trump. I might as well just say that, because that also came out with him, and they told not only President Trump, they told the gentleman in Israel, please don't reveal us yet, don't tell people about us yet, because they're not ready. The vibration on this planet is not high enough. Now, in my opinion, when Trump finally becomes president again, which I know he will, it's a done deal, I know he will, I believe that the consciousness of this planet will soar. I believe that that's what they're looking for. Once all this nonsense, this lying, this cheating, this sabotage, all this garbage that they've done to our election is revealed and done and over with, and the bad guys are arrested and in Gitmo or what have you, which, guys, many are already. Many are. And look at all the different CEOs and presidents of organizations and things like that have stepped down or walked away. They've had that choice, But there's many that aren't. And the ones that are interfering and hurting humanity every single day, the MSM, and all the alike, all the ones that have kept us down in the dark and lied to us and manipulated us, we won't have to deal with them much longer. We really won't. Just get ready for that. It's going to be a good thing. So, so assistance is here for us. And once we can get, like I kind of mentioned in my last video, like 100 million souls to raise their consciousness, to waken up, to start enlightening people, to just believe this is the way they're supposed to go, down the good path, and just believe in everything rather than doubt everything. You just already see it done, that the badness is off the planet. I wholeheartedly believe we are walking from dark to the light. Absolutely. The golden age is coming, and it's coming for all of us. For you that are listening, for you that want to learn, it's coming for all of us. Now, they say it won't be till about maybe springtime, hence the dark winter. But by the end of February, early March or what have you, it is said that humanity will know the direction it's going. And that's pretty exciting. because we all want to go down a better path. I know I do. I know I am sick and tired of these liars and these manipulators and these people just keeping everybody down and barely giving you enough money to live on if you're, have assistance from the state or anything. People and disability, old folks that have hardly anything in Social Security to live on. It's wrong. It's wrong. And that's all going to change. President Trump has said he wants an even playing field for all of us. You no longer have to have a college education to get in anywhere. I tell you, my Bachelor of Science degree has not really done much for me at all, especially with all these lockdowns anyway. But that's okay, because I'm here to do other things, and I'm having fun doing them. So, well, anyway, as soon as this lockdown's over, it'll be a lot better. Because I live in Michigan, and we have an idiot for a governor, and she should be arrested, along with all the other ones, for treason, and it will be military arrest. So you can think all you want about, all this stuff going through the courts and stuff, but again, it's going to be military, because high treason is a huge offense, punishable by death. Not that I want to see a lot of people getting killed or anything like that, not at all. As they've said, they will remove the darkness, the dark people, off the planet. They will escort them off. Take that as you will. But I don't know about you guys, but I've seen UFOs, wondering what the heck it is. There's people every single day all around the world catching different UFOs on film. If you've ever watched Third Phase of the Moon, or there used to be Secure Team 10, I don't know whatever happened to him. I hope he's okay. If anybody knows what happened to Tyler and Secure Team, I would love to know. Because all of a sudden I know he was getting harassed and threatened and everything, and we haven't seen him in a long time. Long time. So I hope he's okay. Perhaps he has a .com that I haven't found. Anyway, but check out Third Phase of the Moon. Every single day people are reporting UFOs. Check out Dr. Stephen Gear, if you haven't heard of him, doing Unacknowledged and Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. Recently, 2 fabulous movies that came out. The first one a while ago, back in the early 2000s, and this other one, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, last year, I think. And again, anybody that does anything like this, the media tries to put down, tries to make little of, just makes them sound like idiots. And they're good at that, aren't they? They're really good at doxing people. They're really good at hurting people. They're really good at destroying lives. And it shouldn't be that way. Gosh, it shouldn't be that way. Anyway. So, what I'm trying to tell you is, it is real. And all these races that live up there on this massive ship are here to help. They know what's going on. They see it all the time. Again, they are among us. Many of them have lost their lives for us. And it's a scary thing. But when you ask for assistance the right way, and Elena says you need to go outside and look at the sky and raise your arms and know that we are on absolute equal playing field with these beings. We are absolutely the same. Don't kneel. Don't beg. Don't fold your hands in a certain way when you're asking for help, because that means that you're not their equal, and they are our equal. They tell us that we are equal to them, and that we have wonderful and brilliant and extremely wonderful powers that they have just kept from us all these years. All these years. Not only the free energy that we're going to get very soon, but the health. They'll be able to heal us like that. Heal for cancer, cure for cancer, done. But what have the darkness been doing? They've been just keeping us all down and just profiting money. Their greed is, what's taking them down. And we all know that they're extremely greedy. Both sides. I'm not just saying one side. Both sides that control in the government. There's very bad people. But they're all getting caught. They're all getting exposed. And what you're hearing that's getting dribbled out here and there is the truth. Don't doubt it. I mean, only if you hear it from a reputable news thing like Newsmax now is a good one. OAN is a good one. Right Side Broadcasting Network is a great one. They catch all his rallies and all his stuff. And then just some really good channels. Again, I listen to X22 Report all the time, but they've taken him off of YouTube, so he's on x22report.com. Current invaluable things. And one of the best ones you could ever listen to is Santa Surfing Beach Broadcasting Network. She's fabulous. Those are really the only two I listen to anymore. I used to listen to all of them, and get little bits from everybody, but so much of them are just spreading nonsense and lies and just stuff I don't need to waste my time with anymore because I know what the truth is. I know we're going to be okay. So I'm no longer, even listening to them because, I stay present. I stay in the now where I don't have problems, where I live in peace 24/7, where it's a wonderful way to be. Sure, you run into idiots every now and then that you have to deal with, but such is life, but it won't be anymore. So stay firm and stay strong. And more than anything else, find a way to raise your consciousness. Just be present. Just know that there's better things out there. Clear your head. Don't live in fear. Fear literally drags us down. The vibration of the planet, it drags us down. And that's what they feed off of. That's what they've been feeding off of for a long time. It's literally our energy that they take. Literally. Okay? And if you're protected with the white light, which again, take it or leave it, but I've been doing it for 16 years, and you protect yourself from psychic attacks and all these other crazy attacks that the darkness can do to you. Alcohol is one of the worst things that you can do to yourself because it opens you up and darkness comes in. I've seen it. I've seen it in my own family, and it's very sad. It's very disturbing. It's very wrong. But that is changing for the good, which is wonderful. So I want your soul to be healed. I want you to understand that good things are coming, that happiness is here, and you just have to believe it, embrace it, and share it. Anytime you feel darkness, just get away from it, and it creeps in everywhere. I can't believe the nonsense that they have on TV. I don't even really watch TV, hardly at all. I like to watch maybe a few comedies, a couple half hours of comedy, just to lighten the day. But all the stupid shows they come up with are all so dark and all, what the heck? And all this politically correct nonsense and all the stuff that they're doing to our children in the schools. It's all wrong. It's all just stinking wrong. My gosh. So be aware of this. I hope you're still with me at this part of the video here. And I hope you'll take what I've said to heart. I knew I was supposed to say this, and I got it out finally. I've been debating this for days. Because I know a lot of you are just going to think, oh, Lordy, dun dun dun, she's off her rocker. But I'm not. I'm not. And you can go back, one of the movies that Elena said to watch, and I'm going to try to find it, is the third Star Trek movie, Search for Spock or something. And ironically, like I said, all those movies do speak the truth. Gene Roddenberry, apparently, who wrote Star Trek, actually was contacted by the Palladians, the good ones, and was given information to show and to share us. So I want to try to find that movie because I guess there's a lot about the Palladians in there. And, they call this planet Terran, Terran, instead of Earth. And again, there's life on every planet, folks. Don't let people tell you otherwise. There is life on Mars, underneath. They did destroy Mars. And, I've always heard the planet was called Tiamat. She did call it something different, but that's the planet that they destroyed that is in that belt, that goes around. Can't think of the name off the top of my head. Asteroid belt. So they destroyed that from Mars. and they're underground. And the ones that are there are evil, are very, very evil. So only a few chosen ones, if you will ever go there, unless you're taken there for slaves, which they do all the time. But not anymore. It's going to be stopped. So yes, there is life on Mars. The reptilians live there. The small grays, many other, species that I just can't even name. And I know all of this is hard to believe and very far-fetched, but if you just look at those two channels and listen for yourself and see what you think, then so be it. And if not, that's fine too, honestly. Thorhan, her Elena's guardian, protector as she calls him, is from Venus. They call it Nara. It's very interesting. But they live under domes because our sun is too hot for them. But they do live under domes, and they breathe the air under there, and they have everything that we have, just, a little bit different. But they're beautiful, beautiful beings. Most blonde hair, blue eyes, but there's dark haired and dark eyed too. So, either way, they're good beings. So I guess that's all I'm going to say. Very, very interesting, truly. Very, very interesting. So the Anunnaki are not our friends. Just know that. Nor are the reptilians, nor are the small grays. Again, apparently some of them are. And she tells of a story of a reptilian being captured and brought on the ship, and one of the people on the ship there showed compassion for this reptilian, and this reptilian was actually able to change his ways. So there's hope, for these beings to do the right thing and be better, and that's all that they want for us. They just want us to live in peace. They have saved us from many a disaster, including nukes coming at us and things. They have saved this planet and us, humanity, from a lot of that. And the one thing they always say, that I will kind of end with, is that they will never, ever leave us. They will always be with us. And to me, that's very comforting, to know that you've got all kinds of good guys around us, that the dark is going to be leaving the planet literally, and we will no longer have to deal with them. And this means the darkness in every country, not just America. So once again, take that as you will and see how it feels in your heart, because your heart chakra is one of the most important things ever. Love is where it's at. We have to spread light and love and laughter. We gotta laugh more. We have to, folks. It raises your vibration as well. So love, light, and laughter is what we need to share. Well, I got through this. I hope it made some sense. I hope I haven't made anyone mad or whatever out here. I'm just spreading what I've learned and what I know I was supposed to spread. How do I know that? Because I'm doing it. It's just kind of plain and simple like that. So, God, there's just so much information that comes from Elena and from Laura. If you've never listened to her, they're very, very special souls here. They really are. But so are all of you that are listening. And I thank you for listening. And I hope you'll stay with me. Don't insult me, just stick around. But I'm going to put an end to this one right now. Half hour's long enough to listen to me ramble. But just know Nassar is coming. And we'll call it Trumpsara, because he's here to help us all. And he will. And you'll be amazed. You really will be amazed at what's coming. So hold on. They're really saying hold on till end of February, March, and that's when this stupid virus nonsense will finally be going away, because it's so fake anyway. It's just their control. Put a mask over your mouth. Don't talk. That's control. Put a mask over your mouth. Wear this uniform and don't say anything. Control. Don't see your family. Don't see your friends. How dare you hug anybody? Absolute control. Keep kids away from each other. Don't let them learn. Don't let them laugh. Let them have their masks on. Or when you're in stores, you can't even tell if anyone's smiling. That's what I hate the most. You know? Smile at people. You know? 100% of the time you get a smile back. But now you can't tell if people are smiling or not. Ay, 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 ay. But I will let you go. I will say to all of you, love, light, and laughter. Stay present and stay safe. Have the best Christmas you've ever had. And we can freely say Merry Christmas again and take all this politically correct nonsense out of our language. Good grief. It's absolutely insane. They've just gone way overboard with all of it, in my opinion. So I hope this doesn't get pulled. I hope you're able to hear this and learn from it. If not, please go and learn from these ladies. Again, Laura Eisenhower and Elena Danaan. And they'll take you to different places and bring you into different folks that you can listen to as well. And you can grow and you can learn and you can raise your vibration and your consciousness, which is what we have to do. 100 million of us. Just raise your consciousness, knowing that we are so much more than these bodies. We are spiritual beings. We are sovereign beings. We are here to do good. And we're here to help each other, be of service. Not a slave for somebody else to take most of your money. You know? No more. No more. Nisara's coming. It's a good thing. So, alright, I will end it now. Love, light, and laughter, whichever way you want to say it, to all of you. Thanks for listening. Stay present and stay safe. And much love. Much, much, much love. Later.